Namastasyai Namo Namaha. Kadalagi Kasand Kandir Malgi, Uduvardam Mai Nandirikui Padam, Vedam Nanginum Mai Purulavad, Nathun Namam Namashivayave. My pranams to the satsang. Namaskaram to everyone. It is a great pleasure to meet all of you, and our Sanatana Dharma always, it encourages questions in a proper way. And that is how all our Shastras, if you have noticed, our Rishis, they'd ask questions to their, even you would have been great Rishi, but they would ask their Gurus. So questions was encouraged. It's not that we had to follow this, that and everything, but it had some system. You had to accept something, and from there, you can have other things. So basic things you have to accept. I always say, even for alphabets, we have to accept the alphabets. We cannot ask why alphabets are like that. A has to be pronounced as A. B has to be B. So only if I understand, only if I accept that basic things, then I can read the words. If I don't accept the words at all, if I don't accept the people at all, then what happens is I cannot understand anything. So to understand or experience, the basic things are very necessary. We have to accept things. So likewise, so I always, whenever I come here, I always tell our Shiva Vishnu temple, any place I go, I want to meet our young children. So we thought we could start. So it's open, anyone can ask question. What little I know, I'm ready to share it with you. What I do not know, I will write and I will ask my guru and I'll let you know. Because it's like an ocean. Our Sanatana Dharma is like an ocean. Chanakya says, Nahi sarva sarvam janati. Chanakya was a great scholar, but he says all do not know all the things. If he was able to say that, who are we? So please ask the question.
So anyone wants to ask questions, so I can share mine.
And please feel free, any type of questions you can ask. They know, they are the future. The future.
Why do we say Shanti 3 times?
Shanti is peace. Adi Daivikam, Adi Bhautikam, Adhyatmikam. There are 3 types of vignas. So the Veda says all the 3, by nature, by ourselves, but by our karmas. So all the 3 things are being made happy. So, we don't get the negative effects. So we say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Means all 3 type of obstacles that we make it. So those things are being pacified and made happy.
Hello. I have a question about people my age. I feel that when I come to the temple, my parents bring me, I don't really see a lot of people my age coming. Oh my God. So I was kind of wondering, what are your thoughts on how to get young people like myself more involved in Hinduism and eventually get more people to come out more regularly and be the future?
கேள்வி கேட்கும்போது இல்லைன்னா எல்லாரும் இந்த ஒரு இடத்துக்கு வந்து கேட்க சொல்லுங்க குழந்தைங்களை.
Okay.
அப்போ ஈஸியாக இருக்கும் உங்களுக்கு ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு. So thank you, Namaste. Very happy to hear this. This is very important. ஆலயம் தொழுவது சாலவன் ஒன்று. In Tamil there is a saying, to worship at a temple, it is very important. So சாலவன் ஒன்று, it is the best of all the actions. So it's the right questions what this child asked was, like people like me, I'm coming, but I'm not able to see many like me, many youngsters like me. It's basically once we educate them, once they know the importance, once they know like when we water at the root, it goes to the entire tree. Likewise, when we pray at the temple, it goes to all the beings. So these type of things, if we educate them, definitely they will also come. They think, it's just going and praying, so I can pray at the temple at my house itself. Why I should go and pray? First of all, why I should pray? These are all the questions that we may get in that age. But once we start educating them, I feel the youngsters are more stronger than what we think the elders are. As far as my experience, once they understand, they catch it. They are very strong with it. So we should slowly educate. This should be the beginning. So slowly we can educate them why we keep the vibhuti, why we keep the kumkumam, why we have to go around the temple. These things, once we start telling them the importance, the relevance of temples, definitely they will. Only because they do not know about it, they are not coming. So small WhatsApp group or like groups we can form, so we can educate them. We can pass on the message.
Can you come to the front? So that way you can listen.
Yesterday you said, I will tell today what is the best way to enter the temple. That's what my question is.
Oh, entering the temple. Okay. Yeah, thank you. So Alaya, temple means it is known as Alaya. Alaya means Alaya. Two things. The A, that letter in Sanskrit means A Samantat. Till we get into oneness. Alaya means, generally they say all the Atmas lead light to get into. For all the Atmas we pray here. We just don't pray for a particular people, but for the entire creation. So that is a general meaning. Not only that, Alaya, Asamantat, like Ashocha, Alaya means till we get into the oneness with the God, we have to be a part of this system called Alaya. So here we pray for the entire universe, as we know, we have been seeing all these days. Why we should enter, how we should enter is, once we enter the temple, we should pray at the Dvajastamba. There will be a Dvajastamba, the flagstaff there. So first, before entering outside itself, we should pray to the Gopuram. Gopuram is the holy feet of the Lord. That's why even when we go in the road also, when we see a Gopuram, we pray like that. So Gopuram is the holy feet of the Lord. So these are all points, junctions the God has said, like Sukshma Rupa, subtle form, Sthula Rupa, gross form. So many forms are there. Even ourselves, you are seeing only the gross form. You are able to see something, hands, head, everything is there. But in subtle form, there is something. The Atma is there. Likewise, God comes in many forms. First, we have to pray at the Gopuram, the holy feet of the Lord. Then entering the temple means we have entered the Lord. So definitely our phones should be switched off. We should not use the phone at all. We should not speak unnecessary words. Everything is being recorded there. Not physical recording. In a subtle form, all the Devatas, celestial forms are there. So they are recording all the things. It is truth. It's not me who is saying it. The Shastras have said. Shastras have been given by our Rishis. At any point of time, they won't lie. Even human being may lie at some point of time. We do not know. But a person, that's why Shabda, Apta Vakyam Shabdaha, Aptastu Yathartha Vakta. We go by the text. And texts are said to be given by the Apta. Apta means he who says what it is. You understood? The truth. So when why we have to follow these things is, Shastras have said. So at the flagstaff, after entering the Gopura, you enter the God. So what we bring, I'm just telling you the tradition, as per the Agamas. So what we bring to the temple, any temple we are not supposed to go empty-handed. We have to carry something, like flowers, like leaves for the God, milk, anything. Those days, if you see near the Gopura, there will be two, empty spaces. So once you enter the left side, there will be empty space. There you have to keep what you wanted to give to the God. So no one would know I am the sponsor. I sponsored even jewels also, anything. Anything. There's some, it is the property of the Lord. So no one would also think about it. So it may be a jewel, it may be a flower, it may be milk or whatever it may be. We have to keep it there in that space. Once we enter, already we have entered the Lord, the Rajagopuram, we have to place it there. Then, you are entering the temple with something, you are not entering empty-handed. So you are already entered. So you are offering it there. Then go around, we have to visit, have the darshan of all the Parivara Devatas, Ganesha, Skanda. Each God has been prescribed. I was just discussing, sir, each God has been prescribed by the Agamas. Which God has to be placed in which direction See, in periodic table, we just believe periodic table, Fe, iron, Be, beryllium, so C, carbon, whatever it may be. So we have to accept these values. Only if you accept, you can enter. So we have to visit all the devatas. So we should worship the devatas in their form. For example, Ganesha means there should be a mantra. So we have our in necessity, we have the mantra in front of all the devatas. There are stotras are there. In whichever form you like. You may tell the Mula mantra, or even if you don't know the mantra also, you should look into the God. And when you look into the God, all his hands should be seen, perfectly. You should see his hands, how his eye looks, whether he's happy or whether he's sad, whatever it may be. Like sometimes when you look into the God, you can feel whether they are happy, whether they are smiling, whether they are angry, something like that. We get that feeling. So we do more japa, and only when he's smiling we come out. So, but you can see the God, and and that form should be printed in your mind. Ganesha, Skanda, Valli Devasena. So each God, the philosophical meanings behind those things. Then you come to the Shiva, and Shiva already we see in the Shiva Tattva, Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra. There are, Brahma, Atma Tattva, Vidya Tattva and Shiva Tattva. Brahma Bhaga is, as we saw that day, it's like a square. Like the 4, when I stand, it is 4. 4 becomes 8, then circle. That circle form is what we see, the Shivalinga Rudra Bhaga. The below Brahma Bhaga and Vishnu Bhaga are closed with a cloth, that is Pindika Shakti, Shiva Shakti. So we should look into the God along with this philosophical background. What happens is we get connected. Today, what cloth is Lord Shiva is wearing today? Who went above at the darshan of Shiva today? What cloth is Lord Shiva is wearing today? Yesterday was yellow, today it would have been white. Because today Shukravara, no? Vara Puja Vidhi, as per Vara Puja Vidhi, we are worshipping. So Vara Puja, Vara means a day, Vara means a week, here Vara means a day also Vara. Buddha Vara, Shukravara, likewise, Vara Puja Vidhi. So that color, so we should try to concentrate on that color, we should try to concentrate on that form. So once you start concentrating, seeing things like that, what happens is God will be printed in you. So whatever you do, whatever you see, everything will look as God. The godliness that is there in us. A temple is nothing but when we go there, we are able to see who we are. And we get the real form, not the outer form. We are able to see the real form. So we have to go around all the devatas, and when we go around, we have to keep our hand like this. And when we do the pradakshina, how should we keep our hand? Our hand should be closed. Not like brisk walking, like generally I say while walking, our fat is reduced. But here walking, going around the temple, our karma fat is reduced. Our karmas are also like fat. We get into many problems because of that. Our fat, yani kanicha papani, janmantra kritancha, tani vinashyanti, pradakshina pade pade, slowly, but by closing our hands like this. With absolute belief. We should not be diverted by any kind of distractions. There may be 1,000 things, but our concentration should be on the God. Then again, we should come back to the flagstaff. There we should do the namaskara. Namaskara, Ashtanga Namaskara, Panchanga Namaskara, like for men and women. So we should do the Namaskara facing the northern side. And there we should sit for some time. And from the beginning, we entered the temple, the Rajagopura we entered, and we had the darshan of all the devatas, and Archana is going on, the priest, what he interacted with us, what Archana he did. Everything we should remember again. It's a recycle. And once you do this, again, you should thank God, you can offer, tell all your prayers there. The flagstaff is very important, the Rastamba is very important. Then you can come back to home. This is the procedure. Any temple you go, even the flagstaff is there or not, you should sit at one place and we should think what are all the devatas we worshipped and what type of flower they were wearing, what type of jewels. You can, once that can be printed in your mind, once that is printed in your mind, everything looks holy. This is generally the devata. At any point of time, we should not speak other things other than regarding God. We can speak about God, we can say the mantra. You should not disturb others also. So I am going to tell a big sloka. As a priest, they are different. They are doing for the entire world. But when I go, I like to chant one sloka. I should not say loudly because others should not be distracted. Unless and until no one is there, at any point of time, No one should be disturbed. That is our sankalpa. This is how the Alaya Pradakshina is done. Alaya Darshana Vidhi. Drish means to see. We see the gods and they come into us by seeing. So this is how it should be done, sir. Namaste.
When there is a sandalwood paste and vibhuti is there, how should I wear? Is there any particular order?
Good question. First, vibhuti should be worn always with these three fingers. Always with these three fingers. Three fingers. Here the bottom point is called Brahma. The middle point is called Vishnu. And upper vibhuti is called Rudra. Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra. We saw in the Shivalinga, Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra. So always with these three fingers. And there will be a middle, there will be two lines should be there, which represents the middle, the space is Ganesha, this other space is Skanda. And Chandana should be kept here at this point. This Ajna, this point is called Ajna, where all the nerves meet. Very important point during the meditation also. From the Mooladhara, when we when we elevate and when it travels to the Dvadashanta, at this point when it stops, you can see the light. It will be a great experience. Once you think of it, it will be great experience. So at this point, when the Chandanam is kept here, above that Kumkumam is also kept here. So Chandanam should be kept here, sir. Kept here. Some people, the Kumkumam also they keep here, or any point between the ear, like this. This point. These are all points which, as per yoga, they have different names. And till it comes to the Dvadashanta, till Sahasrara, from Sahasrara to Dvadashanta, this space is also we have named, called like Unmana. Above Unmana is the final Parashiva. Unmanyante Parashiva. Different sthanas. Some people, if you have noticed Mahakavi Bharatiyar, they will keep many people like this. Even in northern part of India, like the Tilaka. Even that can be kept like that, Kumkumam. Or best would be like here. This junction. So first Chandana, first Vibhuti, Chandanam and Kumkumam. Chandanam also it should be pure. That is the duty of the trustees. Duty of the trustees is to provide the best thing at the temple. Chandanam should be pure because this Vigraha has been made by great Stapatis. And when we invoke the God, what we say is, till the sun and the moon you should be here. What do we say? Till I am the so and so. Not like that. We say, till the sun and the moon are here in this earth, you should be here, hey Lord. That is our sankalpa. The Acharya, during the time of Kumbhabhisheka, you would say that. So the Murti, at one point of time, if there is any, distractions in the Murti, disturbances, they say the bearer is reduced, we have to change the Murtis. Shastras have said, Jirnodhara Vidhi. There is a special topic called Jirnodhara Vidhi. Like when something is, slowly it goes away, we have to change it. So at any point of time, we should have the good flowers. Even Dhupa also, it should be pure. We should have a quality control. So only this Dhupa will be used at our temple. Only this Chandana will be used at our temple. Only this Kumkumam will be used at the temple. The purity. So that should be also taken care, because it's not only for the God, even for the people we use with the absolute belief. So it is the duty of the Dharmakarta. That's why they are called Dharmakartara. Dharmakartara means he who protects the Dharma. So first Vibhuti, Bhasma, then Chandana, then Kumkuma.
I'm not sure if you know anything about American politics, but if you do you have an opinion on Vivek Ramaswamy?
I do not know, sorry. I don't know. I don't know any politics at all. Even elders also they can ask. It's not young means not children alone, any person.
Why do people go around the temple once or 3 times or 9 times?
Why we should go around the temple? Yes, the going around the temple is, we are getting connected to the main source, like the nodes and portal. The node is connected. When you type in the password, you are getting connected to the Wi-Fi, right? So likewise, these, going round the temple, like with our folded hands, you can experience, you can try tomorrow. Even today also you can try. Just close your hands and go around the temple, go around Shiva, go around Vishnu, go around Shastra, just go around. So you can feel you are connected to that divinity. So 3, 6, 9, sometimes in multiples of 9, depending upon what Deva does. So we can go around there.
So this question is why
3
one time or 3 times or 9 times?
3, it can be 3 odd number. 3.
Yeah, but why?
It has been prescribed in the Shastras. Some has been prescribed, we do not know the meaning of it. Some have been said, so this has to be done this many times, we have to accept it. Like, when you download an app, you just have to follow next. If you follow skip, after downloading the app, you can do whatever you want. But till it is downloaded, you have to follow the system, right? If you put the skip, we go away from the system. So likewise, it is like an app. Agamas are, to connect to the divinity. Here we are connecting to the Laukika world, mundane world. But Agamas, Vedas and Agamas are nothing but to connect to the supreme source of energy, highest form. So for that we have to follow the order. Number. Thank you.
Namaste, Shri Sivacharyar. Thank you for visiting as always.
Hi.
I think someone said last week you should visit every year. If you can, please do visit every year. This is your home away from home.
Thank you.
So we put a survey out to individuals. If they had any questions, to feel free to submit that question. We received the question, if Atma goes from another body after death, why are we doing Shraddham for departed souls?
So Atma, if it takes some other form, by me doing it here, it goes to that form because two things are there. One is, it is my duty. Because as a son, it is my duty to, repay what I have got from my parents. So first is our duty. Second one is, in whichever form they are, that will go in that form. Suppose if you are traveling to Japan, if you had to send some money from your dollar, what happens there? You get as yen. So at Singapore dollars. Malaysia dollars. So in Bangkok, baht. In India, rupees. So in whichever form they are, if I am born as a cow, I will get as grass. That energy, we do not know. So our Shastras have said like Pitruloka. So that Vasu, Rudra, Aditya, these 3 are very important. Vasu, Rudra and Aditya, they are all sthana, places. When I do the Tarpana here, it goes through that is the portal. Through that portal to that Atma. So we have to do it. So in whichever form they are, 2 things. First is our duty. We think about them, we speak about them. So the smarana takes place, number 1. Number 2 is, Shastras have said, so this will reach in whichever form they are, because we are connected, even, that we talk about the gene, we talk about mitochondria and everything. So everything is connected. Everything is still I am alive, it is connected. I am with the system. So that connection, our rishis, Rishayaha, mantra drishtaraha, here mantra means not just physical mantras alone. They were able to see subtle things. A doctor, when he looks into a scan that, when I see, for me it is, I don't know whether A, B, C, D about it. But when a doctors look into it, they know what is what, the report. Likewise, rishis, they were able to see the connections and they have given this paddhati for our good. So like it's very simple, like the sesame seed, tila and water. So we offer it on every Amavasya and on Punyakala and Shraddha, that which has to be done with absolute Shraddha, dedication. So showing our dedication, and this connects us to our forefathers. Because our forefathers' blessings are very important also. This because we believe in our Sanatana Dharma, we believe in rebirth. In all the world religions, only 3 religions, Hinduism, Buddhism and Jainism. We believe in rebirth is there. Whether without rebirth we cannot explain why things are happening. So this connects us, this answers us.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.
The question is about Navagraha Saminis. In some of the ancient temples, for example in Tiruchendur, if you go, there is no separate Navagrahas. Now, is it a later introduction, maybe many centuries ago? Was the Navagraha Saminis always there in the business?
It's a good question. Generally, in ancient temples like in Madurai, in many temples, you can see two Sannidhis, Surya and Chandra. Even in ancient temples, Tiruchendur or Madurai or any temple, Tiruvannamalai, there will be two important Sannidhis, Shiva Surya and the other side Chandra. Right side generally it's Surya, right? Pingala Nadi. Ida Chandra for any person. So this Surya, here when we even, myself as a Sivacharyar, when I had to offer my Shiva Puja every day in the morning, without Shiva Puja I cannot have my breakfast. It's a must, any part of the world. When I do the Shiva Puja, so I invoke all the planets there. Om Somaya Namaha, Buddhaya Namaha, Brihaspati Namaha, Bhargavaya Namaha, Mangarakaya Namaha, Shanishwaraya Namaha, Om Rahave Namaha, Om Ketave Namaha. I invoke because they are together. Here, in the latest part of, at one point of time, people, they are unable to, get directly into it. So these in the Vyakta form. Like it was an Avyakta, it was together in the Shiva Surya itself. Later, since, the prayers they were unable to offer in that form, so it was brought into Avyakta form. In Vyakta form, sir. From Avyakta to Vyakta. So, and there is Pratishtapana has been prescribed for these Devatas also.
One supplementary
Yes,
question.
sir.
Was there always a separate Sannidhi for Amba? And because the Avadayar is already there in the Shivalinga, was that also a later year introduction, or was it there always?
Yeah, it was there always. Actually, it's a very good question. It was there always because that day about the Shiva Tattva when I spoke, we saw three Shaktis: Yoga Shakti, Bhoga Shakti, Swatantra Shakti. There are three Shaktis. Out of the 36 Tattvas, the 31st Tattva, that day we saw about the Tattvas also, Atma Tattva, Vidya Tattva and Shiva Tattva. And Vidya Tattva, the first Tattva is Maya Tattva. Maya Tattva is the separate Sannidhi. For example, in our Ramanatha Shiva, there our Parvata Vardhini is the Maya Tattva, from where the world has begun. Above it called Shiva Tattva, Shuddha Vidya Tattva, Ishvara Tattva, Sadav Shiva Tattva, Shakti Tattva, Shiva Tattva, above which is the Parashiva Tattva. These Tattvas, you just listen to it, maybe in the future we will see in detail. So what happens is, based upon the karmas, we are all, born again and again, once till we exhaust our karmas. That begins from the Maya Tattva, that is separate Sannidhi. It was there, called Swatantralaya, independent temple. Along with Shiva in the Pindika, that Shakti is called Yoga Shakti. It's called Samaveda Sambandha, inseparable. Shiva and Shakti are inseparable. In men, woman is there. In women, Shiva, men are there. It is like they are inseparable. For me, right side is Shiva, left side is Shakti. In everyone, right is Shiva, left is Shakti. That is the basic formula. A plus B the whole square, A square plus B square plus 2AB. And we can, interchange the values. So the Yoga Shakti is that the Pindika, Avadaya, we saw. Then Bhoga Shakti, called Manonmani, who is there, along with in ancient temples you can see, there will be a separate Ambad inside the Mudasthana or in Ardhamantapa. It is called Bhoga Shakti. Bhoga means our Sukha and Dukkha, happiness and sorrow. We have to undergo both. Both are called Bhoga. Many people, they think only Sukha is Bhoga. Only happiness is Bhoga, not so. Our Shastra says, everything we should accept as Prasada Buddhi. Everything is God's gift. Bhoga Yatram Shariram. This Sharira has been given to us to exhaust our karmas, to delete all the files. No recycle bin also. It cannot be brought out also. Everything should be deleted. So Bhoga Shakti. And from Swatantra Shakti only, the world starts. So three Shaktis are there. Yoga Shakti. Can you repeat? Yoga Shakti, Bhoga Shakti, Swatantra Shakti. Swatantra Shakti is Meenakshi, Apita Kuchambal. That's why that day we were discussing about, our temple, when we have the, procession of the Swami Utsavas, Panchamurti Parapadan Panduva. Panchamurti புறப்படும் போது we can see Ganesha, Subramanya, then which god? Somaskanda. Somaskanda, then you will have Chandesha at the end. You will have other Devi separately. Along with Somaskanda, there is Shakti here. Somaskanda, if you see Shiva, Skanda and Shakti, there will be another Shakti. That Shakti is called Swatantra Shakti, which is our Parvatavardhini here, our temple. So it was there, and Devi Pratishtha Vidhi is also there in Agamas. Separate instructions are given how the Pratishtapana of Ganesha should be done, what mantra should be used, what dravyas should be used, what samit, everything are in detail. We don't have to, we are not looking into it. Once you look into it, so Swatantra Shakti was there. So Devi Stapana Vidhi is there in Agama. So it was there from the beginnings. Amma.
நமஸ்காரம் ஊரில் இருந்தேன் நான் தயானந்த சரஸ்வதி ஆசிரமத்தில் இருந்தேன் ஸோ குழந்தைகள் வந்து இந்த எஜுகேஷனில் வந்து இந்த சிவ மகோத்சவத்துக்கு எடுத்து சிவா சஹஸ்ரநாமம் ஃப்ரம் மகாபாரதத்துலேருந்து எடுத்து ரிசைட் பண்ணால் நான் உங்களுக்கு ஸோ ஆஸ் வி வர் டீச்சிங் அபவுட் தி I'll go into English because as we were teaching about the Shiva Sahasranamam and nariya questions that children asked. So of course being Friday, they are dependent on the parents to come here. So I'm asking on behalf of them, no particular order. So some of the questions they asked was, if in the Mahabharatam, Krishna, Bhishma said the Shiva Sahasranamam, 2 questions. Why did Yudhishthira ask for Shiva Sahasranama? Because Linga Puranam, everybody else has Shiva Sahasranama. But why did Yudhishthira ask for the recitation of Shiva Sahasranama? The second part of it was, why don't we practice it? Why isn't it as popular? So, nariya questions are there, but let's start.
First question, why, my understanding is, why they asked separately. Already Sahasranama is there. Why Sahasranama is again asked?
இல்ல இந்த மகாபாரதத்துல வந்து பீஷ்மர் படுத்துட்டு இருக்கிறச்சே the story goes யுதிஷ்டிரா எல்லாம் புத்தத்தெல்லாம் முடிச்சுட்டு வைக்காம அவர் வந்து விஷ்ணு சஹஸ்ரநாமம் சொல்லி கொடுக்குறார் அப்போ வந்து எதுக்காக சிவ சஹஸ்ரநாமம் வருது So Krishna வந்து he recites the Shiva Sahasranamam. What is the context? Why should Yudhishthira ask for Shiva Sahasranamam?
We are hearing through Lord Krishna, that is. We are hearing, see each one, when I go to the temple, Mudasthanam, when I see, what you see is different from what I see. It is not the same. Loko Binnaruchi, Mahakavi, Kalidas says, no, how widened our thought was. He says each one will have different, likes, tastes. Loko Binnaruchi. So here Lord Krishna is himself Avatara. So he wanted to hear through Lord Krishna. So that can be the thing.
I have a lot of questions, so you please
No.
go to the
Second
audience
question,
and
you
come
had
back.
another question.
The second question was, I forgot what I asked. What did I ask? நிறைய கேள்வி இருக்கு. So the other question they
So there are
asked,
many Sahasranamas for Lord Shiva, there are many Sahasranamas for Devi.
So second,
There are many Sahasranamas. There are many Sahasranamas, not one. Lalita Sahasranama we know, but there are many Sahasranama because a Shakti which doesn't have any name at all. We are calling him by many names.
second question.
We are calling him by many names.
The second question what I had asked is, what is the reason Shiva Sahasranamam is not as popularly recited as the Vishnu Sahasranamam or Lalita Sahasranamam? Historically, what is the reason for it?
Maybe popular means we are talking about 50 years, 100 years. We do not know what they did 100 years earlier. So we do not know what is going to take place after 100 years. We do not know. So it's like at that time maybe that Shakti is blessing more, so we are into it. So we may get. It's all one and the same. Even if they chant Shakti Sahasranam also, it's Shiva only. Even we should look in that way.
I have a lot of questions.
Yes.
Please come back to me
Yes,
whenever.
yes. கேளுங்க எவ்வளோ வேணா கேட்கலாம் மாமா.
In Tamil Nadu, Ambal is also referenced as Piriyavida. And what is the concept behind that? In some temples.
பிரியா விடைனா இப்போ சொன்ன பாருங்க சமவேத சக்தி இன்செப்பரபிள் பிரியானா மீன்ஸ் she cannot be separated. அந்த விடைன்றது என்னன்னா she is the one who is going to guide us to Lord Shiva, the answer. Shakti Nipata, Agama talks about Shakti Nipata. where Nipata means it falls on us. Once the Shakti falls on us, during the Acharya Abhisheka, during the Diksha, Shakti Nipata takes place. So once the blessings of Shakti takes place, we are into Shiva. So Priya means they cannot be separated. And here, Vidai means it's part of it. Priya Vidai. And Edathu Bhagam also, Ambal, she is there at all the times. Priya Vidai. Sandhi can be like that also, Ardhanarishwara, Shiva and Shakti, they are always together. So, like left Bhaga, Vama Bhaga, so Priya Vidai. ஒன்னொரு மைக் கூட கொடுத்துக்கலாம்.
இல்ல அந்த கேள்வி கேட்டா கேட்டுட்டே
கேளுங்க.
நாங்க பதில் சொல்றோம், நீங்க சொல்றது ஒரு விஷயம் இல்லையா? இப்போ another question that children frequently ask is about அவதாரம்னு வரைச்ச விஷ்ணு அவதாரங்கள் நிறைய இருக்கு, சிவ அவதாரங்கள்னு சில நிறைய கதைகள் இருக்கு, புராணத்துல இருக்கு, ஆகமத்துல இருக்கு, அதெல்லாம் இருக்கு. But could you speak a little bit about மூர்த்தின்னு வரைச்ச லிங்க ஸ்வரூபத்துல சிவனை பண்றோம், தட்சிணாமூர்த்தின்னு குரு ரூபத்தை அது பண்றோம், அர்த்தநாரீஸ்வரர்னு நம்ம டெக்கரேட் பண்ணலாமே தவிர அந்த மாதிரி விக்கிரகம்ன்றது சோ அத பத்தி விக்கிரகங்களை பத்தி கொஞ்சம் சிவனோட என்னெல்லாம்.
Very important, very good question. Thank you. So basically the murtis can be in three forms. Three forms. Arupa. Arupa means formless. Formless. So we cannot see anything, but only by yogic Shakti we can see, we can perceive, we can experience. There is next form is Rupa and Arupa. Rupa and Arupa. Rupa means form. Arupa means formless. So there is a form where there is a form, but it is formless also. For example, in Shivalinga, what do you see? You see a form, but are you able to see legs? Are you able to see the hands? Are you able to see the face directly? No. It's called Rupa and Arupa. Arupa, formless. Like Brahman, it is formless. Here Shivalinga, there is a form and it is formless also. And these murtas, they are called Maheshwara murtas. So the Shaktis along with murtas are called Gauri. But Shivakami irka pathingala. Shivakami, she is known as Gauri. Along with Somaskanda, the Shakti is called Gauri. Along with Shivalinga, there is a Shakti called Manonmani. Basic difference. Shakti names also differs. So they have calculated. So this is called Rupa. Rupa form. So from the form we go into a form called Rupa and Arupa, where there is a form and there is no form at all. At that point, once you elevate yourself, once you reach that point, you will go into the formless. So all the three are there. And the Ardhanarishwara, we have a very famous temple at Tiruchengodu. You can feel Shiva and Shakti Amma, they are like Jnana Kriya Vakshayate. Agamas talks about Jnana and Kriya is Shiva and Shakti. So we need Jnana, we need knowledge, and it has to be made into action. So we need both the things. So that's what I said, in everyone there is this side Shiva, this side Shakti. Even in Shiva it is inseparable. Even in Maheshwara, right side is Shiva, left side is Shakti. That's why the Shakti is left side is above Shakti, the Kriya that side. So the three type of murtas are there. So all the murtas, actually we are blessed to by Lord Shiva to offer to all the murtas that have been prescribed in the agamas. We are able to every evening we have the prayers done for those forms also. In these 10 days, all the murtas are being offered. I'm so happy. First time to my knowledge, generally we do the Rudra Homa or any particular Homa on Mrityunjaya alone. Here different forms of Shiva is being invoked every day. Today Natesha is being invoked there. So the three forms: Rupa, Arupa, Rupa and Arupa, and Arupa. Rupa, understood? Arupa, formless. Rupa and Arupa is Shivalinga, Shivalinga Kara. And Rupa is all the Maheshwara murtas. These are all these Shiva, these murtas are called Maheshwara murtas. Natesha, Bhairava, All the murtas, Somaskanda, all are Maheshwara murtas, a form of Shiva. They are not called avataras in Agamas. There is no particular term called avataras. Avatara means directly coming from above. Here they come in a different form. Slight difference is there. The technical term, even I just accept there is no term called avatara in Shaiva. Namaskar.
So the question I had was, is there a difference between doing meditation and doing Gayatri Japam?
Meditation is a form of worship. When you worship, what you do is, Gayatri Japam is a mantra, and meditation is, when you close your eyes and when you concentrate on the different chakras, and at one point of time you forget yourself. Agamas talks about a puja called Chandraarkan Ashnaya Puja. Chandra means moon, Surya means sun. So when the two nadis, Ida and Pingala, they should be destroyed, in the sense we should forget those nadis, and there is a nadi called Sushumna, which is in the middle, which leads us, there will be a point here. Kuranda Paranona Chinna the Melissa in the Brahma Kapalam, it's an important point. Through this we can pierce through, the yogi can pierce through, he travels till the Dwadashanta. So this is generative meditation. When you go higher, and in the beginning they will just teach you pranayama, just close your eyes, concentrate on something. I'm talking about a higher level. When you go higher and higher, so you will start traveling in the chakras. Once you start traveling in the chakras, your entire system can be controlled, your mind can be controlled. Gayatri mantra is nothing but, by chanting the Gayatri mantra with that meditative point, we get into it. So Gayatri mantra is, chanting of the Gayatri mantra is different. For meditation, it's not necessary that you need to know Gayatri mantra. Gayatri mantra is also like, if you ask about the Sandhya Vandana, it's a best package. You have the pranayama, you have the tarpana for the navagrahas, everything is there in it. And Gayatri mantra, all the Vedas are there in it. All the three padas are nothing but all the Vedas are in it. So that is the one point.
Hi, thank you for taking the time to meet with all of us today. I have a quick question. Of the 64 Bhairava agamas, just a little context, I guess I have a kind of a rampant fascination with Turkish Shaivism. Those sets of agamas are extremely important to both Shaiva and Shakta traditions. My main question is, and I kind of already have an idea as to why this happens, but why has those sets of agamas, in Bhairava in particular, fallen out of favor in recent times? Because why has the Bhairava agamas fallen out of favor? I feel like it's not as popular.
Not popular,
Yeah. There's a lot of very solid knowledge and practice and a lot of explanations that previously I hadn't known. I do see, I guess, online maybe it's a small resurgence, but as a whole it's not as popular as it once was.
So it is the time only, when the time comes, it will be popular. So you people should try to pass on this, the great knowledge through social media, through communication. You should try to pass on this. People should understand, because many people is so unfortunate. For many years, not many decades, many centuries, we have not been what we are. So many misinterpretations were going on. So they thought this was that, this was that. So even about Shivalinga also, what people they do not know, they talk about their own thing. But I always say, we should know, say, if your name is Aravind, it's Aravind. My name is Shanmukam, I am Shanmukam. Correct? So I should not get confused just because other person calls me by some other name. Correct? If I get confused also, I should go and check with my parents. What name did you keep for me? Correct? So likewise, it's so unfortunate. Our Shastras have been, I should not say misinterpreted. They wantedly they did. They said this is that, that is that. So, people, they didn't go for it. As you said, in many tantras, what little I've seen, you'll be seeing very interesting things about nyasa, about mantras, about, the unity, how people can be brought in, under one platform. So it's a good question. So maybe slowly we should try to educate those things. In Shaivagamas, we talk about 28 Shaivagamas. 28. Kalamukas, Kapalikas, different forms are there. Bhairava is he removes all the fear. Even in Shaivagamas, there is still a practice in some temples. The key of the temple. So we keep under Bhairava. Under Bhairava, we keep, it is he who protects the temple. So once when I said this, they asked, why do you keep a security? If Bhairava is going to protect the temple, why you have a separate police security or something? I said this police or security is to protect the physical property of the temple. But Bhairava protects the subtle, the mantras. Bhairava, that form, that mantra can protect the mantras. Good.
So I think going off of Purnanti's second question about Shiva's Sahasranama versus Vishnu Sahasranama, like why is it more popular for Vishnu and Lalita Sahasranama to be recited instead of Shiva Sahasranama? Why is it that we chant Rudra and Maharudra especially more frequently than Shiva Sahasranama?
Rudra actually, like he removes all the shapas, all the curses, and there it's called Namaka and Chamaka. Like all the prayers that we may think, all the desires that we may have or we may not have. Here in Sahasranama we talk about the Lord. Here also we do the Namaskara by praising Him. But what happens is all the desires, all the dhanyas, all the good things that we need, everything is accommodated in Namaka and Chamaka, Rudra and Chamaka. So, and it's a part of Veda where our Panchakshara mantra comes. Veda is the highest form. So, Rudra. And they also say in a place, in a village where if a Rudra Dhyayi, a person, if he knows a Rudra, and if he stays in a village, that entire place is protected just by his stay. That was our belief. So, it's not like basically I heard things say as it's like famous or something like that, it's a practice. So Vedadhyai has come now.
My question is, why is Agni or fire? Why is it central to so many?
Pardon?
Why is Agni or central?
Agni.
Fire. Why is it central to so many?
Of the Panchabhutas.
Yeah. Why is it central to so many Hindu religions?
Yes. Fire ritual. Why it is important? Because fire makes it's pure. We cook also only by fire. It's sterilized. It's pure by fire. Whatever is offered into fire, nothing stays. Even the Panchabhuta, you can see fire will be in the middle. Prithvi, we come in the order. If Akasha from order, fire will be in the middle. Because whatever you offer into fire, nothing stays. So what we would want is, at one point of time, we should exhaust all our karmas and we should be with oneness with God, the moksha. So fire, and they say just to see the fire in the morning, once you get up, light the lamp. First what we should see is, we should see the fire. If Agnihotra is there, we should see the Agni. Here also, give a big hands to our temple, Shiva Vishnu temple. To my knowledge, a temple where, away from India, outside India, where Shivagni is practiced is our Shri Shiva Vishnu temple. So it's a great thing. So fire, it purifies. And it is also messenger, as per Vaidika Dharma. So, Idam Namama, I say, this is not mine. Agneya Swaha, Devata, whatever name I offer, it reaches that supreme, it serves as a messenger. In Agamas, in Agni, we invoke the Devatas. For example, if I am doing the Ganapati Homa, what I will do is, in the Agni, I will be chanting the Ganesha mantra, I will be doing the Nyasa, and Ganesha will be in that form. So he takes whatever I offer. Like in many ways there is for communication, I can call a person, I can go through the FaceTime video, or so many different communications are there. So fire would be the highest form. And purifies also, sterilize.
So we'll have the last.
Solunga.
Namaskaram, Mama.
Namaskaram.
So why do we do Sandhya Vandanam when you do the Upanayam?
Sandhya Vandanam is a promise that we have done to the nature, Parashakti, that I will do Sandhya Vandanam. At one point of time, your father would have carried like this. He would have asked you many things. He would have gone round the fire and he would have made you stand in the stone. So at that time, he would ask many things. What is your name? and many things you would ask. At one point, you would have asked you know that whether you will be you should do your Sandhya Vandanam. You would have said, yes, Bharam, yes, you would have said. So, Ajivana Paryantam, till my breath is there in this body, I should do Sandhya Vandanam for the well-being of the entire nature. So when I do, it's like global warming can be controlled by Sandhya Vandanam. When you do Sandhya Vandana, it's not just for you. It is not just for that person alone. When you do it, that's why there is no option that I cannot do Sandhya Vandana. Even during the Ashaucha, even at difficult when there is Ashaucha is there, that time also we have to do Sandhya Vandana, because Sandhya Vandana connects to the universal energy. So by doing it, what you are doing is, where do you water? If you have a tree, where do you water? At the root, or you climb up the particular fruit? Where do you climb up the tree and water the particular fruit or particular leaf, or you water at the root? At the root. So Sandhya Vandana is nothing but watering at the root. It is the duty of the Brahmanas to do for the benefit of the entire universe. It's like puja at the alaya, Sandhya Vandana is a must. They say, if 7 days, if a person is not doing a Sandhya Vandana, he will lose its, the potency will be lost. Again, Punarupanayana has to be done. Sandhya Vandana is the junctions were calculated by the rishis. Pratha Sandhya, Madhyanika, Sayam Sandhya, Kanamal, Konamal, Kandivinda, those junctions were calculated. So the connection between us and the universe, microcosm and macrocosm, we are connected. So once you get connected, you can help everyone. You can, give the blessings to everyone. You can pray for everyone. So to whom you are praying during the Sandhya Vandana? Whether to yourself or to the entire universe. Entire universe. So it is a must for a Brahmana. We should do thrice a day. There is no compromise. So let me do once or let me do twice. So pin number means you have to type in properly, not just 2 or 3. Whatever it is, we have to type in the passwords also. Likewise, we have to do. There are some options are there. We can do accordingly, but we have to do the Sandhya Vandana for the benefit of it's a service that we are able to do to the entire society.
Shri Sivacharyar, thank you again for your presence during this Mahotsav, as well as for this discourse. Devotees, thank you for attending. If you have any questions, there is a survey online. I think it's in the email blast as well as on our social media pages. As we get more questions in, we'll have Sivacharyar as well as our esteemed priests themselves answer the questions and post it online. The idea is to, again, break down Hinduism and our Sanatana Dharma as easy as possible for everyone to understand. I think we want to take a group photo with Sivacharyar towards the conclusion of this. Kids, honestly, everyone. So please do join us. Thank you.
Thank you. I thank our Shiva Vishnu Temple for this opportunity to interact with our younger generations. Thank you. Namaskar.